Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command.
Embrasser, porter les pays, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. C'est manteau,
Good afternoon. I might ask Elder Maria Campbell to join me at the front. Maria Campbell is our elder in residence, and she is Cree Métis. Maria, on behalf of the Chair of the Board of Governors and myself, I would ask that you say an opening prayer for our convocation ceremonies. And as an offering, I give you this tobacco and ribbon. Will you please open the ceremony with a prayer?
Let's put our minds and our hearts together and say a prayer for all of our graduates. Talk to Creator in whichever way that we all do. How kiu makati pechagain in an askum dan iguk epe miugisagad in an askum dan matsu and epe awihia in an askum njoasim sinawak o simnawak kehtem nawak kaki okiwako magan nawak miahawane yatik Te koetsim dan kawitsihia kumanot ka peitohtea ka kanoi matsekuka kioka kisihtaachek. Kamiu mohtaichek seoatsuun kakskehtaakek. Kamiu mamtanehtiganchek kamiu ajaachek. Iptauhti emiaasek meskanauka usihtamawaanau tuasim sinuak. Hauminan gawiaski kenenaskumten. Iko kemiu nagohtsekein witsehenaan kanaspetaataak. Hauminan nohkum notukoatajuhkan. Kiuma viesweunaka kiokatte pehtaman. Minä kistakin naskumten. Hau nemosomaka nevappie kistavaa minäkin naskumten hava. Skohteemaka kanuehtame. Nestoemiaasika pepihtoemaka. Hau nohtaavi pettimää kimnään. Hei hei.
Elder Campbell, Mr. President, distinguished guests, members of the Platform Party, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, Tansi kinanas kum tinawau. Athabasca University respectfully acknowledges that we are on and work on the traditional lands of the Indigenous peoples, Inuit, First Nations, and Métis of Canada. We honor the ancestry, heritage, and gifts of the Indigenous people and give thanks to them. Today, on behalf of the governors of Athabasca University, I have the great pleasure of welcoming you to Athabasca University's 2018 Convocation ceremony. It's my particular pleasure to welcome Dr. Aritha van Herk, the recipient of today's Honorary Doctor of Letters, in recognition of her contributions to Canadian literature and to Canada's broader culture as a writer, a scholar, and an educator. Celebrating with Aritha today is her husband, Robert Sharp, and her sister and brother-in-law, Bertha and Kenneth Van Marum, and her brother, Dr. Peter Van Herk. Dr. Joseph Pivato will be introducing Aritha to you a little later in the program. And I had the pleasure of talking with Aritha last evening and discovered that we had both been in Grise Fjord up in the high Arctic around the same time many years ago. So there are some really wonderful points of connection across this great country of ours. I also have the great pleasure of recognizing today's inductee to the Order of Athabasca University, my dear friend Mrazek. Margaret is being inducted into the Order of Athabasca University in recognition of her outstanding dedication to Athabasca University during her term as a public member, vice chair, and interim board chair on the Board of Governors of Athabasca University. Celebrating with Margaret today is her daughter Monique Noda Mrazek and her granddaughter Sophia. Her brother and sister-in-law Larry and Patty Offner, along with a number of other family members and friends. I'll be introducing Mark Mrazek to you more fully later in the program. Today, we're also fortunate to welcome Colleen Powell, the mayor of the town of Athabasca, and Doris Splain, the reeve of Athabasca County. So to you, our graduates, the class of 2018, let me say a very special welcome. This is your day, your time, and I am truly happy for you. On behalf of the whole Athabasca University community, I'm pleased to welcome you and all of your family and friends who are joining you here in Athabasca and via live stream to celebrate this special day. In a few minutes, you'll walk across the stage to receive your degrees, and I'd like to congratulate you on your very significant achievement. We're incredibly proud of each and every one of you. Athabasca University erodes obstacles. It dismantles the barrier between you and your ambition and your best future. Earning a degree at Athabasca University requires dedication, resilience, and strength of character. Our graduates understand this at a deep level, and they've experienced it firsthand. Many, if not most of you, have balanced, sometimes precariously, the demands of raising families, busy careers, volunteer roles in your communities, and even supporting aging parents while earning your degrees. You're enriching your communities, whether you're from Tofino on Vancouver Island, or from St. John's, Newfoundland, or from the tip of Baffin Island in Nunavut, or from Japan or the United States. Athabasca University students and graduates are transforming their lives, their families, their workplaces, and transforming their communities. Athabasca University is the Open University of Canada. We are dedicated to creating opportunities and increasing access to quality education for adult learners worldwide. We are committed to excellence in teaching, research, and scholarship, and to being of service. And you are all living proof of the success of that mission. It's a mission that's being reinvigorated under the leadership of our president, Dr. Neil Facina, the university's executive team, and the outstanding staff at Athabasca University. Through our new strategic plan, which is called Imagine, Transforming Lives, Transforming Communities, Athabasca University is re-emerging as a global leader in open education. For almost 5 decades, we've led and innovated, working in partnership with First Nations, Northern Alberta colleges, and professional organizations. We've provided educational and professional opportunities to thousands of remarkable graduates around the world. We are at a moment as we reach towards our 50th birthday where together we can all proudly share our story. Ours is a story of early pioneers in distance education. It's innovators who were the first in the world to create online education, and it continues to flourish thanks to our Imagine plan. It's a story that'll continue to be incredibly bright thanks to you, all of our learners. Thomas King, the prominent novelist, said, "If we change the stories we live by, quite possibly we change our lives." And then he said, "The truth about stories is that's all we are. So you are now part of our story, and we are part of yours." Everything we do, every decision we make, every step along the path will have your perspective and your stories as our shared compass. And I'm honored to be on this journey alongside you. I can't wait to see what the next chapter holds for each of you. So together with my colleagues on the Board of Governors, our faculty, staff, and the entire community, once again, congratulations. I'd now like to invite Her Worship Colleen Powell, the Mayor of the town of Athabasca, to the podium to bring greetings on behalf of the town of Athabasca.
Thank you so much. I forgot my thing. Apologies. Madam Chair, Mr. President, distinguished guests, members of the platform party, graduands. I'd like to begin by acknowledging that we are on the traditional lands referred to as Treaty 6 territory, and that all the people here are beneficiaries of this peace and friendship treaty. Treaty 6 encompasses the traditional territories of numerous First Nations, as well as the Métis people who've called this area home for many years. For 33 years, our community here in Athabasca has celebrated AU's Convocation and celebrated you, the graduands, who've overcome amazing odds to complete your degree with our university, and we are honored to have you here. Most of us in my generation who were able to go to university did it the easy way. We spent 4 years learning and studying and then got on with our lives. Rural people, however, often had to do 1 year and then spend many, many years to get their degree. And those days are long gone. And for people who choose or finally have the opportunity to do a degree, either after high school or a little later in life, have AU. And it's a marvelous choice because it allows you to work, raise children, work on your courses at your own pace. But it does mean sacrifice. Sacrifice of time, sacrifice of money, sacrifice of other choices. It means self-discipline, responsibility, and the fire inside to learn. Athabasca University came to our town in 1984 and gave the town and the county both an economic boost and a cultural boost. And the people who work at the university are valued members of our community and have made this area their home. We are proud of them, and we are proud of the university's achievement and are honored to say that this is the home of Athabasca University. We look forward to a bright future for all of us, those of you who are graduating today, students continuing on, the university, and the community. On behalf of the town of Athabasca, welcome and congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's now my pleasure to invite Doris Blaine, the Reeve of Athabasca County, to bring greetings on behalf of the county.
Good afternoon. Each year we see a new group of graduates cross the stage, and each time it tells us that our future is in good hands. Madam Chair, Mr. President, distinguished guests, members of the Platform Party, graduates, family, and friends. It is my pleasure to share this special day of celebration with you, the graduates of 2018. Today, one phase of your life's journey has been accomplished. You have reached your anticipated goal. Yesterday at this ceremony, I heard a number of times people receiving their degrees saying that it was a fulfillment of their life's dream. You too have worked hard, and your efforts have brought you success and rewards. You have embraced opportunities, overcome challenges, and today you will walk across the stage and accept the rewards of your diligence. You are an inspiration to others, and you need to be proud of that achievement. So on behalf of the Council and the residents of Athabasca County, we want to wish you the very best in your future. Remember, life is a journey. Enjoy it. And also, please do enjoy your time here in our Athabasca region. We have been blessed with a very natural area that is beautiful. We'd love to share it and have others enjoy it too. So have a wonderful day, and again, congratulations.
Thank you so much, Reeves Blaine. And it's now my pleasure to invite our president, Dr. Neil Facina, to provide you with his opening remarks.
Good afternoon. Madam Chair, distinguished guests, members of the Platform Party, Your Worship, also Reeves Blaine, welcome to Athabasca University for this very special convocation ceremony. To our graduates and their loved ones who have traveled to be with us today, please accept our warmest welcome to this community that is Athabasca University. Convocation is the highlight of our academic year. It is an opportunity to reconnect with our learners at the cusp of becoming an alumni and to share in their moment of celebration alongside you, their parents, their children, their friends, and their extended family. Athabasca University has an incredibly rich history spanning nearly 50 years, and we started as pioneers, breaking the mold time and time again, and we continue to push the boundaries of what is possible in higher learning. That continued pushing of boundaries, our ongoing journey to understand the ever-changing needs of the learners, employers and communities, and societies alike, is the launching pad for our strategic plan, Imagine, transforming lives and transforming communities. Imagine challenges us to think differently about learning and learners, where we continue to rise above by moving beyond open, moving beyond place, moving beyond now, and moving beyond the norm. At Athabasca University, we tell learners, you do live in the right place. Your family or your job makes you a better, prouder student. Please study on your own time. AU enables learners to create a deeper connection to place By studying in their community, learners are able to embrace an individualized and meaningful learning environment. The real world sees no separation between your education and the rest of your life. As an example, one of our learners who was set to attend our convocation yesterday in the Bachelor of Nursing gave birth to a baby at 3 a.m. Friday morning. She emailed us 20 minutes later to tell us she wasn't going to make it. That's dedication. But AU does not see that separation between education and the rest of your life. We, the Open University of Canada, unleash your full potential in the places where you can make the most impact, with your families, your workplaces, at home in your communities. You can create and contribute while you study. This is how Athabasca University transforms lives and transforms communities. Together, we have embarked on a journey to imagine a new kind of university, a university that positions itself for the needs of the next century of learners. Each of you are a part of the journey that is Athabasca University. We are meant to move, to always be on that journey, and to blaze a trail only possible at a digital-first university, and frankly, one in which no roadmap exists. From all of us here at Athabasca University, I want to convey the excitement we have for the future and the unwavering commitment we have to you, our learners. As you cross the stage today, remember that today marks an achievement, not an end point. When a learner joins Athabasca University, they become lifelong members of our learning community. And I encourage each and every one of you to take that message to heart. Continually seek out opportunities to learn and grow. Embrace your personal agency for the learning and never stop being inquisitive. This is the core of what it means to be an alumnus at Athabasca University. So to our graduates, the Athabasca University class of 2018, we are incredibly proud of each and every single one of you. And on behalf of all of us at Athabasca University, please accept our most heartfelt congratulations on your achievement today. And thank you for making us part of your journey. Congratulations.
The Order of Athabasca University is given to recipients that have provided exemplary service to our university or have rendered exemplary service to the community or society while representing Athabasca University. It's my pleasure to introduce our inductee to the Order of Athabasca University, Margaret Mrazek. Elder Campbell, Mr. President, distinguished guests, members of the Platform Party, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, gives me great pleasure to introduce the newest inductee into the Order of Athabasca University, Ms. Margaret Mrazek. Beginning in 2013, Marg served this university as a member of our Board of Governors and served as interim board chair from March 2015 until her term expired in July of 2017. In addition, she served on a series of key ad hoc or project-based committees of the board, including the Presidential Task Force on Sustainability in 2015 and as chair of the Advisory Search Committee for the President in 2016 and the Ad Hoc Board Governance Review Committee in 2017. Marg was instrumental in leading the successful search and selection of our president, presiding over the process that resulted in the appointment of Dr. Neil Facina. Thank you. As interim board chair, she also played a significant governance role in the contracting, receipt and release of the independent third-party review conducted by Dr. Ken Coates. Margaret Mrazek led the board in a time of transition, both at the university and within the provincial government. Not only did she maintain open dialogue, but she managed to improve existing, and forge new and lasting relationships on behalf of Athabasca University with members of government, including our minister, who you met yesterday. Initiatives under Marg's leadership included the development of the Future is Now report of the Presidential Task Force on Sustainability, and the successful search and selection of a new president, and the undertaking of the independent third-party review, all of which laid the groundwork for our bright and sustainable future that you heard about just a moment ago. Those of you familiar with service on public boards will know just what a significant commitment of time and energy this was. So thank you. I believe that our faculty, staff, and members of the general public should be aware of the wonderful contributions of our public board members. These aren't corporate board members with compensation. Our public board members receive no compensation and serve as volunteers in this capacity. People like Marg Mrazek serve on our board because they care, because they want to make a positive difference, and because they believe in Athabasca University and want it to thrive. Marg's devotion to Athabasca University and to our mission has been long-standing, and she has and still is an effective supporter, advocate, and friend of Athabasca University. It's my honor to present to you today the 2018 inductee to the Order of Athabasca University, Margaret Mrazek. And there you go. Thank you. Right. All right, thank you. Okay.
Madam Chair, Mr. President, distinguished guests, members of the Platform Party, faculty and staff, graduates, and friends and family of the graduates. Thank you, Vivian Menes, for your kind comments. I'm honored and humbled to be recognized as an inductee into the Order of Athabasca University. Athabasca University is a very special university, which is something I was able to more fully appreciate during my time as a public member of the Board of Governors. Serving on the board, including as its interim chair, was a new learning experience for me, as I soon gained appreciation that universities are unique organizations. I also quickly learned that Athabasca University had challenges that needed to be addressed to remain sustainable into the future. Looking back now, I can see where the challenges may have been a blessing in some ways. It required all involved, including the board, to set the stage to ready Athabasca University to reemerge as a leader in open, accessible learning. A university capable of rising to the challenge of the next century's learners, no matter where they are. As part of the renewal process, I was honored to have been able to be the chair of a very skilled and committed Presidential Search and Selection Committee, consisting of student, faculty, senior leadership, and board representatives who were able to recommend the appointment of Dr. Neil Facina. Having a permanent president who firmly believed in the important mission of Athabasca University was a positive influence that I believe was needed for the university to move forward into the future. I would also like to acknowledge and thank Dr. Facina, as well as Minister Marlon Schmidt, for working with and supporting the board in the appointment of Dr. Ken Coates to carry out the independent third-party review of Athabasca University and the subsequent adoption of his final report. It has been very exciting as a now past board member to hear that the recommendations from Dr. Coates' final report are being acted upon, and further, that a new strategic plan, Imagine, transforming lives, transforming communities, has been approved for the university. Although I am receiving a special recognition, it is not something one does alone. In this regard, I would like to thank Barry Walker, the former board chair, all the board members I had the honor to serve with, interim president Peter McKinnon and Dr. Facina, as well as all the senior leadership team of the university, for your commitment and belief in Athabasca University and the willingness to make the difficult decisions that had to be made. I know we were all there for the same purpose, and that was for the students we serve. I am particularly pleased that some of the past board members I've served with were able to be in attendance today at Convocation. I would also like to acknowledge and thank Minister Schmidt for his support and commitment to the university during my tenure as interim chair of the board. A special thank you also to Carol Lund and the university secretary and the other secretariat staff for all of the assistance provided to me throughout the time I served as interim chair of the Board of Governors. A highlight each year for all of the board members, and certainly for myself, is to attend Convocation and especially to hear the testimony of our graduates. I am looking forward to hearing about each of you today. I would like to extend my congratulations to each of you and your families on your special day. Please always remember your university by becoming an active alumni member. This is very important to the future of Athabasca University, and I'm asking for your commitment for you sitting on stage today to become active in your alumni. I am particularly pleased that I'm able to share this special day with my daughter Monique and my granddaughter Sophia, as well as my brother Larry and his wife Patricia and their family. I hope all of you will join me in being a strong advocate for Athabasca University. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark, for your words and for your insights and for your congratulations to our students. And I think that we now ask the president and the provost. Do I stay up here?
Good afternoon. At this time, I would like to ask that the candidates please rise. Madam Chair, Mr. President, and ladies and gentlemen of the board, I present to you the petition that these graduates, having fulfilled all the requirements of the statutes of Athabasca University, may, with your permission, be admitted to the degrees to which they are entitled.
On behalf of the Board of Governors of Athabasca University, I declare this petition granted.
Graduates, it's the last test. Do you promise, when you are admitted as graduates of Athabasca University, to observe faithfully and to maintain loyally the statutes, customs, and privileges of this, your university? Do you promise to accept and exercise with good judgment the authority and responsibilities of the graduate and to conduct yourself in all things loyally and faithfully to the honor of your university? And do you promise to use the knowledge, the skills, and wisdom you have acquired to the enhancement and of the reputation of the university for the advancement of learning and for the betterment of all?
I do so promise. So, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province and with the consent of the General Faculty's Council of this university, I admit you and those in absentia to the degree to which you are entitled, and confer upon you all the powers, rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining to that degree.
Madam Chair and Mr. President, the graduates will now be presented by faculty for their individual degrees.
Madam Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present these graduates for admission to the degree of Doctor of Business Administration, and Dr. Kay Devine and Dr. Pamela Haranek will join you to receive the graduates. Barrett Agarwal, Mississauga, Ontario. Barrett will always remember the support he received from his external supervisor, Dr. Hugh Monroe. Mr. Monroe helped him as a mentor, a coach, and guidance counselor throughout his difficult time in the studies. He salutes his wife, Pramila, for her support and sacrifice, and he acknowledges his late mother for her great encouragement and support, and his father, who always said, "When there's a will, you'll find a way." Barrett completed his degree for his dad. Barrett Agarwal. Germaine Chan, Montreal, Quebec. Germaine thanks her supervisor and committee members for their support and guidance. The AU staff have been very helpful over the years, especially as she approached the finish line. She gives special acknowledgement to her long-term friend, Dr. Dale Doreen, for his enduring support throughout the journey. The journey has paid off, as she is now looking forward to a new career and as a tenure-track academic appointment at Mount St. Vincent University. Germaine Chan. Philip John Cook, Ingersoll, Ontario. Philip's AU experience has allowed him to grow intellectually, professionally, and personally. He will always treasure this life-altering experience. To all of his colleagues and professors, he offers his heartfelt thanks, and he gives a special acknowledgement to his wife for her unwavering support throughout his studies, and sometimes that were rather trying. Though it all, she provided understanding, feedback, and opinions, and helped him laugh. Philip John Cook. Sammy Howry, Calgary, Alberta. Athabasca University allowed Sammy to pursue a dissertation topic that was of personal interest to him. And during his first course, Dr. Bob Heinings, and in his dissertation journey, he was exposed to various potential foundational theories. During his studies, Sammy encountered many challenges. With the birth of his daughter, he was motivated to continue. He thanks his wife Rima and their daughter Maya April for their support and understanding. Sammy Howry. Natalie Lachance, Edmonton, Alberta. While this journey has certainly been deeply personal for Natalie, she believes that her research could help civil servants who are working in First Nations and federal and provincial governments to work better together. She sincerely thanks her large, blended, multi-generational family for providing ongoing support while she accepted her reduced availability throughout her doctoral studies. This has been an incredible journey, she says. Natalie Lachance. Patricia Bernadette McNeil, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Patricia especially enjoyed the experience of getting together each September to meet her new professors and to catch up with fellow students. The online concept of AU made it possible to achieve academic success. Yet, for Patricia, the face-to-face opportunities also provided something special. Overall, she appreciated the support she received from her professors and the AU staff, and is thankful for the loving support of her husband, who was always there for her. Patricia Bernadette McNeil. Derek Tyler Steve Prue, Spruce Grove, Alberta. Derek notes that the research and dissertation process of this program can be very trying. His advice is to stick with it and develop timelines and goals that are achievable and can be broken down into manageable segments. He will remember the interaction with his program cohort, who proved to be great. He thanks his mother, Stella Prue, his supervisory committee, and especially Dr. Kay Devine for the support and encouragement each provided. Derek Tyler Stephen Prue. Stephanie Ruel, Côte Saint-Luc, Quebec. Stephanie chose AU for this degree because she had such a positive experience doing her MBA here. Working full-time, raising 4 children, traveling for work meant she needed a program that would fit with her and her reality and not the other way around. Of the many people she would like to acknowledge, she's particularly grateful to her husband, Greg, and her children. They believed in her skills and abilities and helped her make this adventure possible. Stephanie Ruel. Adriana Van Hilton, Toronto, Ontario. Adriana thanks her husband Almus for supporting her dream in so many ways. She thanks her daughter Alexandra, who inspired her to own that dream. She thanks her mom for showing her the way, and she thanks AU for being such a great institution. Her dream of pursuing doctoral studies would not have been possible without this program, and she acknowledges the support of Dr. Kay Devine, who scores a hat trick as her thesis supervisor, advocate, and mentor. Audrey Van Hilton. Madam Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the Doctorate of Business Administration graduates. Madam Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present the graduates for admission to the degree of Master of Business Administration, and Dr. Kay Devine and Dr. Pamela Haranek will join you to receive the graduates. Ready? Rhonda Suzanne Aoling, Calgary, Alberta. Rhonda's most challenging yet rewarding experience was during her academic research paper. Angela Workman-Stark was a great supervisor, helping Rhonda to persevere through the highs and lows and to finally find her rhythm. Rhonda Suzanne Aolo. Michael N. Mbali, Fort McMurray, Alberta. The courses that truly resonated with Michael were the strategic management courses, including strategy, organization analysis, and strategic leadership. He gives most of his thanks to his academic managers, coaches, and other AU staff members. Michael Mbali. Sean Ang, Edmonton, Alberta. A highlight for Sean was connecting with peers in his courses and learning from industry leaders. He thanks his wife Agnes for encouraging him to pursue his degree and his bosses Chandra and Elisa for their support. Sean Ang. Sijibami Oluwal Awofala, Ajax, Ontario. This program has helped Sijibami develop his business and analytical skills, and he is now able to make good strategic decisions and effectively manage his a consulting company. He thanks his wife Temi for being so supportive. Sijibami Awoli Awafala. Karen Ann Baldwin, Calgary, Alberta. Karen will remember all of the reading, and more reading, but ultimately thriving in the challenge of constantly learning and applying that knowledge. She thanks her partner, Terry, for understanding how important this goal was to her. Karen Ann Baldwin. Brett Edward Barnes, Penticton, British Columbia. Brett thanks his family for being tremendously supportive, and he acknowledges his fellow Business of Hockey Institute classmates as well. He will remember getting to know his fellow students, in particular, his Business of Hockey cohort. Brett Edward Barnes. Sachin Bagatra, Milton, Ontario. Having young children, Sachin could not have asked for a better educational experience. It gave him the flexibility to keep up with work, family, and his studies. Even so, without his wife's support, this day would not have been possible. Sachin Bagatra. Tasha Marie Blumenthal, Leduc, Alberta. Tasha enjoyed engaging with other students during their in-residence conflict and negotiation management course in Toronto. It completed her online component very nicely, and she thanks her family and all her friends for their support. Tasha Marie Blumenthal. Brian Nicholas Blythe, Kingston, Ontario. Being a senior officer in the Canadian Army, AU's online MBA fit Brian's requirements perfectly. He thanks his wife Blair and his mother for their encouragement as he worked through his professional goal. Brian Nicholas Blythe. Todd Burrows Boyer, Winnipeg, Manitoba. Todd chose AU because it provided accreditation and coursework that was strenuous enough to deliver solid benefit, although his managerial economics and quantitative analysis course did prove to be very challenging. He thanks everyone who supported him. Todd Burrows Boyer. Darby J. Brewer, Sherwood Park, Alberta. For Darby, completing this MBA was a team effort that included a network of family, friends, and colleagues. Within the program, the group projects and the discussions were made experience powerful, enriching, and simply unforgettable. Darby J. Brewer. Darko Birkin, Edmonton, Alberta. For several months after completing his last course, Darko still had the urge to replicate IBM notes and do readings. He thanks his wife for all her support and his father for teaching him the importance of lifelong learning. Darko Birkin. David K. Chan, Markham, Ontario. David is very happy that he can now strike this achievement off of his bucket list. This experience has reinvigorated his passion for learning. He thanks his AU professors and the faculty for helping to enrich his learning experience. David Chan. Derek Carloon Chan, Calgary, Alberta. Derek will remember his in-residence elective held in Greece, where he met and made friends with an amazing group of people. He thanks his family, his friends, and especially his wife and sons for their great support and constant inspiration. Derek Carloon Chan. Erin Jane Christians, Tisdale, Saskatchewan. Erin is grateful for the support she receives from many family members, including her parents, siblings, nieces, and nephews, many of which are here today. She congratulates her parents who are celebrating their 45th wedding anniversary together today as well. Erin Jane Christians. Elvira Ciambella, La Salle, Quebec. With the support of her employer and her family, Elvira was able to perform well at her job as well as her studies. And she acknowledges her daughter, Alyssa and Amelia, and her husband, Eric, for their patience, understanding, and support. Elvira Ciambella. Reed William Clark, Edmonton, Alberta. Reed's entrepreneurship course in Vancouver was the most memorable. The entire team, including his professors, was unbelievable. He thanks his family for their support and his wife, Kira, who he can't thank enough for all her love and encouragement. Reed William Clark. Hala Dahai, Calgary, Alberta. Hala acknowledges her husband, Daryl, for his incredible patience and unconditional love throughout the journey. She's grateful to her employers for their support and flexibility, which greatly complemented her learning experience. Hala Dahai. Stephen Charles Dugan, Morinville, Alberta. What Stephen liked best was the networking throughout the program, the caliber of professionals across disciplines and fields which made each of the courses worthwhile. The support from AU MBA staff was second to none. Stephen would like to thank his wife. He couldn't have done this without her. Stephen Charles Dugans. Kelly Ray Marie Ennis, Lethbridge, Alberta. Kelly Ray's coach for her applied project taught her that there is no point doing something halfway. Doing it right the first time is better in the long run. She thanks her fiancé and her parents for their support and encouragement. Kelly Ray Marie Ennis. Yanira Fawcett, Chestermere, Alberta. This program was both professionally and personally challenging for Yanira, but she learned that through persistence, hard work, and the support of her loved ones that she would reach her goal. She thanks her family and friends for all of their support. Yanira Fawcett. Grace Ann Louise Frosted, Spruce Grove, Alberta. Good one. Grace's applied project course on executive leadership coaching revealed an area of interest that she intends to pursue. She really appreciated the amazing support from Dr. Leanne Keppel and Dr. Angela Workman-Stark. Grace Ann Louise Frosted. Patrick Douglas Garland, Edmonton, Alberta. The love and support that Patrick's wife, Andrea, provided throughout this journey was instrumental toward his completion of the MBA. The support he received from AU staff and mentors and professors was incredible right from day one. Patrick Douglas Garland. Virijanan S. Goutman, Toronto, Ontario. Virijanan chose AU based on a recommendation from a friend. He thanks his wife, Roseanne, for supporting him throughout his journey. He is now looking for opportunities to apply the knowledge he has gained and to share it with others. Virijanan S. Goutman. Diana Harris, Brampton, Ontario. Diana's professors were top-notch, and she recommends this MBA to her college. She acknowledges, in particular, Professor Linda Bramble and Tanvir Ahmed for pushing her to aim higher. She thanks her family and friends for their encouragement. Diana Harris. Ulifang Hazan, Hilton, New York, USA. Ulifang thanks her professors, AU staff, her friends, and her colleagues. She feels honored to have been around people so supportive of her academic ambitions, and she particularly thanks her husband for his love and support. Ulifang Hazan. David Albert Jackson, Airdrie, Alberta. David set a goal to complete this program in 2 years. Despite his busy life, he met his goal. He thanks his family for their support, and specifically his wife and kids, who never complained through many, many long days and late nights. David Albert Jackson. Earl Roy Jessamine, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Earl credits his wife Tracy for making him aware of the hockey MBA program, and he thanks her for her support and sacrifice while he was engaged with it. He can now apply for the Certified Hockey Professional designation. Earl Joy Jessamine. Stephanie Elspeth Jones, Victoria, British Columbia. Stephanie's favorite course was global marketing. The insight helped her to expand her business into other countries. She thanks all of AU for contributing to her success, and especially thanks her family and friends for their support. Stephanie Elspeth Jones. Jennifer Lisa Kirby, Calgary, Alberta. After working in the oil industry for 20 years, it was not easy for Jennifer to return to work to full-time education. In fact, it was a really big shock to her family. She thanks each of them for supporting her in various ways throughout his most rewarding journey. Jennifer Lisa Kirby. Umar Kakadi, Pankringtung, Nunavut. Umar gives thanks to his wife, Shaman, for her sustained encouragement throughout his studies. And he is grateful to his employer, the Government of Nunavut Department of Health, for supporting him in all respects to obtain this degree. Umar Kakadi. Vaibhav Janardhan Kulkarni, Richmond Hill, Ontario. Vaibhav now feels more confident and is motivated to pursue further education. He looks forward to the break between this degree will afford his career, and also looks forward to making use of the knowledge and skill he has gained. Vaibhav Janardhan Kulkarni. Jamie Anna Marie Liberte, Edmonton, Alberta. One of Jamie's favorite courses was marketing management. It helped her develop her creative side when she needed to determine a good marketing plan. She thanks her husband for his support and understanding throughout her MBA. Jamie Anna Marie Laliberte. Rachel Ann Lear, Calgary, Alberta. Rachel's developing leaders class in Toronto was great. The coaches made it memorable, and they broadened her perspective on leadership. She thanks her husband and other family members for their support and encouragement. Rachel Ann Lear. Danielle Helen Agnes MacDonald, Surrey, British Columbia. One great experience for Danielle was the in-residence week in Calgary for the Entrepreneurial Vision course, where she enjoyed interviewing successful business owners. She thanks her family, friends, and AU staff for all their support. Danielle Helen Agnes MacDonald. Nathan David Ellis MacDonald, Calgary, Alberta. Nathan chose AU to be part of the inaugural Business of Hockey MBA major. He enjoys the trips to the NHL draft and the many meetings with his group. He thanks everyone involved in establishing this program. Nathan David Ellis MacDonald. Craig Charles Massey, Kindersley, Saskatchewan. While his greatest support came from his wife, Kiki, Craig's colleagues and faculty also contributed to his perseverance and helped him to stay motivated. He acknowledges Dr. Tim Narenz for leaving a positive impression on him that will remain forever. Craig Charles Massey. David B. Mellis, Tokyo, Shinagawa-ku, Japan. David acknowledges his best friend, mentor, and confidant, his sister. She has been the biggest influence throughout this journey, nudging him to start, gently pushing him to keep going, and lovingly congratulating him when he finished. David B. Mellis. Carrie Joy Manine, Edmonton, Alberta. Now that she's completed her studies, Carrie hopes to continue working as a diabetes nurse consultant and project team lead. She thanks her family and friends for their encouragement and her husband Jeff for his endless support. Carrie Joy Manine. Kenneth Edmund Morin, Fergus, Ontario. Kenneth can't thank his wife Kathy enough for being by his side throughout this program. He acknowledges his coaches who were fantastic. His boss is especially proud of this achievement and fully supported his studies. Kenneth Edmund Morin. Jason Scott Offerins, Lander, Texas, USA. Jason had to relocate internationally twice during his MBA studies, and he appreciated being able to do it without interrupting and impacting his ability to participate. He attributes his success to perseverance and having a strong support network. Jason Scott Offerins. Angela Vashapati Ori, Toronto, Ontario. Angela chose AU because it was accessible. As she grew into her courses, the university won her admiration for the warmth of its people and for the excellence she received in learning. She now has a greater insight into her own strengths and opportunities for development. Angela Vashapati Ori. Erwin Carlos Ortiz Osteroth, Medicine Hat, Alberta. Erwin learned concepts, models, and techniques that were highly relevant to his work environment. They have already proven valuable. He thanks his professors and fellow students for providing a great learning experience. Erwin Carlos Ortiz Osteroth. Nicola Nadine Simone Powell, Milton, Ontario. Nicola commends AU for the structure of the MBA program. Her most memorable experience was attending the thought-provoking in-residence lectures in Edmonton. Meeting classmates further enriched her experience. Nicola Nadine Simone Powell. Sandy Teresa Percha, Sturgeon County, Alberta. This program has increased Sandy's effectiveness where the knowledge gained can be applied directly to her profession. It enables her to contribute at a higher level. She thanks her husband and family for their support throughout her journey. Sandy Teresa Percha. Timothy James Reimer, Calgary, Alberta. The highlight of the program for Timothy was his in-residence week where he met and got to know his classmates. He thanks his wife Ursula, who always supported him, even when his time and attention was devoted to work and his studies. Timothy James Reimer. Elisa Shun Y. Rouse, Richmond, British Columbia. Eliza's favorite AU course was Visionary and Entrepreneurial Thinking because it embraced her belief in forward strategic thinking in business. She thanks Dr. Anna Azevedo and Jill Hiscock for the encouraging environment that they created. Eliza Shun Y. Rouse. William Michael Ruta, Sherwood Park, Alberta. All of William's courses were enjoyable, and particularly the group discussions, even to the point now where he misses the word replicate, almost. He thanks his wife for her unwavering support of both him and their 3 young children. William Michael Ruta. Nathan W. Sack, Eastern Passage, Nova Scotia. Nathan particularly enjoyed pretending to be the King of South Africa while negotiating a foreign investment opportunity during his in-residence session in Washington, D.C. It really made him feel like he was part of Saturday Night Live. Congratulations, Nathan W. Sack. Paul William Schubert, Regina, Saskatchewan. Paul's advanced project management course in Vancouver was most memorable. His instructor, Janice Thomas, was great, and learning to work through the challenges of team dynamics was a valuable eye-opener. Paul William Schubert. Leslie Ann Seeley, Oshawa, Ontario. Leslie thanks her family and close friends for their support, in particular her children Josh and Kristen for being so understanding, and she acknowledges her employer General Motors for its tuition assistance program. Leslie Ann Seeley. Julia Violet Seguin, Androssan, Alberta. Julia's AU experience was far more relational than she had expected. Her cohort became a community of learners that continually challenged her thinking and elevated her skills. The interactions enhanced her ability to think critically. Julia Violet Seguin. David Sidra, Edmonton, Alberta. For David, the best thing about completing this degree is the liberating freedom of accomplishing such an undertaking. He thanks his wife for encouraging him to embark on this journey and for being there to support him every step of the way. David Sidra. Karen Gale Slobodian, Calgary, Alberta. This program has been a truly great experience for Karen. She's so grateful to those who have supported her on the journey. It's been filled with self-discovery. She thanks her family for being her source of inspiration and determination. Karen Gale Slobodian. Abigail Slovak, Lethbridge, Alberta. Abigail thanks her husband and 3 daughters for their unwavering support while she pursued her dream. She thanks her parents for always believing in her, and she thanks her Applied Project Supervisor, Dr. Leanne Keppel, for her amazing support. Abigail Slovak. Blair Gordon Smith, Grand Prairie, Alberta. Blair found the supply chain management in residence course to be very rewarding. This was due to the vast real-world knowledge of the instructors and the number of techniques that he was able to immediately implement in his workplace. Blair Gordon Smith. Stephen Tyler Sobering, Dauphin, Manitoba. This MBA journey has fundamentally changed the way Stephen thinks about business. He has now more in-depth knowledge and understanding of business and the relationship between different aspects of organization. Stephen Sobering. Timothy Gilbert Spielman, Calgary, Alberta. Timothy thanks his family for their support and understanding. His wife would sometimes jokingly refer to herself as being an MBA widow. He thanks the faculty and MBA support staff for their most generous guidance and support. Timothy Gilbert Spielman. Jorn Michael Vern Starko, Sherwood Park, Alberta. Jorn thanks his wife, his children, and other family for their support and encouragement. A highlight of his MBA was the in-residence course, Visionary and Entrepreneurial Thinking. He found it interesting, fun, and enjoyable. Jorn Michael Vern Starko. Carrie Michelle Stefaniak, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Through this experience, Carrie has become more confident, both professionally and personally. This degree has allowed her to gain a higher level position in her workplace. She is most grateful to her family for their support. Carrie Michelle Stefaniak. Carmen Stumpo, Toronto, Ontario. Carmen thanks his wife and their 2 boys for the sacrifices they made so he could complete his degree. Within a week of completing the course requirements, he was offered the job of president and CEO of the Aurelia Soldiers Memorial Hospital. Well done. Carmen Stumpo. Kartik Submarinium, Mississauga, Ontario. A few of Kartik's favorite courses were marketing, operations, and supply chain, primarily because he thinks of the professors who made the content engaging and informative. He thanks his family for encouraging him throughout his journey as well. Kartik Submarinium. Thomas Ryan Sutton, St. Albert, Alberta. This program has changed the way Thomas sees things and has given him a new appreciation for the art of management and business administration. He acknowledges his wife and daughters for their support, as this was truly a team effort. Thomas Ryan Sutton. Stephanie Francine Vinchek, Newmarket, Ontario. Stephanie will remember her 15,000-word research paper and her advisor, Gord Sorley, who encouraged her to approach her business ideas from different angles. She is so grateful for the opportunity to have finished her MBA with this applied research project. Stephanie Francine Vinchek. Carmen Lynn von Tottenborn, Sherwood Park, Alberta. Carmen dedicates her achievement to her late husband, who passed away in December from a rare incurable sarcoma. Despite her desire to postpone her studies through his declining health, he insisted that she continue and supported her unwaveringly to do so. Carmen Lynn van Tottenborn. Joanne Mary Walker, Canada, Ontario. Joanne thanks her husband, whose academic accomplishments inspired her to complete this MBA. She thanks her family for understanding the time commitment required, and she thanks Dr. Fortune for guidance. Joanne Mary Walker. Caitlin Danielle Whitson, Sturgeon County, Alberta. Completing an MBA was always a personal and professional goal for Caitlin, and now that it's done, it feels a little bit surreal. She thanks all that have supported her, including her husband, family, friends, AU instructors, and all AU staff. Caitlin Danielle Whitson. Madam Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the Masters of Business Administration graduates.
Madam Chair, Mr. President, members of the Platform Party, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure and honor to introduce Aritha van Herk. Aritha van Herk's contribution to Canadian literature have been immense as an author, editor, critic, and mentor of young writers. Aritha van Herk achieved international success with her novel Judith in 1978, when she won the initial Seal Books First Novel Award. So far, she has produced 5 novels, 2 collections of ficto-criticism, 4 books of history and place writing on Western Canada, as well as most recently a work of prose poetry entitled Stampede, The Westness of West. Her book, Mavericks, An Incorrigible History of Alberta, inspired an award-winning exhibition at the Glenbow Museum in Calgary. Her books have been translated into many languages around the world. She has also edited several anthologies such as Boundless Alberta, which have been used as texts in countless literature courses, including here at Athabasca. She has published many book chapters, short stories, essays, and reviews in literary journals all over the globe. In my Canadian literature courses, students have enjoyed reading her provocative essays on the conflicts of Dutch identity here in Canada. As a professor of creative writing at the University of Alberta, she has mentored a number of young writers who have gone on to achieve international success. They include Hiromi Goto, Peter Oliva, Anita Rai Badami, Thomas Wharton, and Jessica Grant. Several have been studied here in AU courses. Aritha is often invited to be a speaker at universities and conferences in Canada, Europe, and Australia. She is an exciting and stimulating speaker. For her writing and social activism, she has received several awards, such as the Order of Excellence in the Alberta Order of Excellence in 2011. In my brief introduction, I cannot do justice to her many creative achievements. You can explore several websites that explain the details of her work. Finally, I would like to note that this is the first time that the Athabasca has recognized an Alberta-born author with an honorary doctorate degree.
Madam Chair, Mr. President, distinguished guests, members of the Platform Party, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for this honor. I am grateful that you consider me worthy of such recognition, and thank you, Dr. Pivato, for your generous remarks. I am especially moved because of where we are, Athabasca, in what some might think is remote Alberta, but really is a university with an online reach that stretches around the world, as you have already seen. Those of you celebrating completion of your degree, it is amazing to see students and graduates from Pangnirtang, from New York, from BC, and it's wonderful. Wow. It is also, by the way, wonderful to be at a university that opens its ceremonies by singing O Canada in Wolf. I am honored to be among you because Athabasca models the connective tissue of academic attainment and how distance education anticipates the global compass of shared knowledge. The innovative work done by this university is, as I know you already know, graduates, outstanding. I congratulate you, graduates, on your independence, your determination, your ability to burnish your future by participating in this access to knowledge without physical barriers. It is fitting that this university connects the world, for when you think of Athabasca as the hub of Western transportation in the days of the fur trade, and long before that, as a river that for millennia carried people from place to place, it is felicitous that it now carries the ineffable power of learning. I celebrate you, graduates, as you move forward on your journey following Athabasca's motto of learning for life. You are seasoned, you are mature, and I am sure you have chalked up experiences that are both difficult and transporting. I joke with my students and my friends that if they ask for advice and I give them advice, it's only free if they take it. But I know that I cannot give you much advice about the future because I think you are more connected and confident about how to be innovative and creative than I will ever be. Certainly, you know more about computers and distant learning than I do. However, with respect, I thought I might offer some suggestions. You know that I am a writer who has invested my whole life in the power of stories. Stories about this world, out west, this Alberta, this chameleonic part of Canada that refuses to be readily defined or limited, this beautiful, beautiful place. My own escapades have taught me this. If you want the world to understand you, you must convey your story. Tell your story well. Communicate your experience in such a way that your story connects with another's, because then you will have built a bridge. And my story probably echoes many of yours. I am the lucky child of Dutch immigrant parents who came to Canada because, after World War II's occupation of the Netherlands, they were liberated by Canadians. I was born in central Alberta, grew up in the Battle River Parkland, the traditional threshold between the Cree and Blackfoot peoples, who love this landscape as powerfully as we do. I went to a small prairie school, and graduated from grade 12 with only 10 other students. Of course, like many of us, I was eager to leave and decamp to the University of Alberta in Edmonton, then to Vancouver and Australia and Germany before returning to Calgary, Alberta. All the while, I wrote stories and collected stories and retold stories. And I learned again and again that communicating a story is the best way to understand others and to help them understand you. Nothing competes with that humbling moment when someone thanks you for your story because it resonated with your own. So, suggestions. I do not have to give you the advice to say thank you because I have seen you all say thank you in beautiful ways. So I want to thank my family, my mother and father, who believed so powerfully in Canada and in education, my brothers and sisters, I only have one sister, let me tell you, who have supported me all through my life. My extraordinary husband, who has gifted to me the idea of geological time and who reminded me that AU is the symbol for gold, intellectual gold. And I want to thank two special people who are here today, who are faculty at Athabasca U, Veronica Thompson, Dr. Veronica Thompson, and Dr. Angie Abdu, who have taught me so much about ethics, pride, and accomplishment. Thank you. So, further suggestions. Something I always tell my students, check your vowels. That would be the letters A, E, I, O, and U. The one you want to hear yourself say most often is you, directly and with eye contact to the other. The one you want to use least often is I, and we know why that is. Say yes to everything. One teacher told me, every experience is worth it if you do not die. Now, I would rule out skydiving, but overall, he was right. Say yes to challenges that you might think beyond your capabilities. Say yes to travel and tests. Embrace discomfort, ignore should, and resist the generalizations of always and never. Read. Read poetry, read stories, read the stars, and read the sky. Read the rivers and read the history and geography of your place and time, just as we do here in Alberta, reading the weather. Live where your heart is happy. You are all citizens of your own special places, and I urge you to embrace the place that is home to you. Perhaps we can make this earth a better home for all if we know and love our own places as profoundly as they deserve. Make friends with your imagination. It is not surprising to me that the new plan here is called Imagine. That seems appropriate for Athabasca University. Allow yourself to dream, but do not keep your dreams in a box. Make them your familiars. I always think about that comic strip, Calvin and Hobbes, and how no one knows that the stuffed tiger called Hobbes is alive, but he serves as the wonderful friend and foe of Calvin's imagination. You have already chosen the challenge of lifetime engagement, and I hope you will continue to choose freedom over fear, curiosity over ignorance, can over should, enthusiasm over despair, and thank you over ask. Congratulations. Your fluency, your seasoned tenacity, and your resolution will be your greatest assets. Thank you, Athabasca University, for this honor, but most of all, thank you for your farsightedness and scope. Thank you for your advocacy of learning for life, because we can never stop.
Thank you, Dr. Van Herk, for your eloquent and generous words. John Thoreau of the Toronto Star describes Asani's music as infused with First Nations drumming and chant, but it goes well beyond that with the sounds of folk, blues, a bit of jazz, and the soulful insistence of traditional spirituals. Asani means rock in Cree, and the three singers are not afraid to hurl themselves at our windows of complacency, both within and outside their communities. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Asani.
We would like to share a Cree blessing song for to congratulate all the graduates today. The song in the language translates as, "My friend, I sing this song for you. I ask the Creator to give you a good life and lots of love."
Madam Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present the graduates for the admission to the degree Bachelor of Commerce, and Dr. Mark Marpergo will join you to receive the graduates. Olaid Ayande Akbok High, Grand Prairie, Alberta. Olaid thanks her mom and dad for all their support. She acknowledges her boyfriend for the tutoring he provided as her mentor. She will never forget the support she received from Cheryl Christensen in the Faculty of Business. Olaid Ayande Akbok High. Megan Degnaud, Mount Bridges, Ontario. Athabasca University allowed Megan to maintain her independence by working, getting married, and having a family, all while completing her degree. She thanks her husband and her mother for the support she needed to achieve this goal. Megan Degnaud. Jennifer Doucette, Edmonton, Alberta. Jennifer could not have achieved this goal without the support of her ever-patient mother, her husband who believes in her abilities, and her closest friends, especially Melissa, who has joined her here today in Athabasca. Jennifer Doucette. Nali Janmani, Canmore, Alberta. Nali's AU experience has enhanced her ability to see herself in the eyes of others, to get better results and become a better person with each passing day. She thanks her family, whose love and acceptance have been her strength and motivation. Nali Janmani. Jody Lynn Lopatinsky, St. Albert, Alberta. Jody appreciated the variety of courses available. It enabled her to expand her current interests and pursue new ones. She thanks her family and friends for supporting her, especially her husband Greg, who was there through it all. Jody Lynn Lopatinsky. Justin William McInnes, Yellowknife, Northwest Territories. Justin's favorite instructors were part of the accounting team. They provided in-depth feedback and detailed responses that contributed to his success. He thanks his wife, Lindsay, for supporting him every step of the way. Justin William McInnes. Emma Moore, Vancouver, British Columbia. Emma's favorite AU experience was participating in the CPA case competition in Calgary, where she placed second. She thanks her parents who worked at AU prior to her attendance and her partner Daniel for his unwavering support. Emma Moore. Excuse me. Shinyi Valley, Edmonton, Alberta. This was not an easy path for Shinyi, being wife, mom, working one full-time job and one part-time job, studying, but the experience has been very rewarding. She thanks many family members for their understanding and support. Shinyi Valley. Cherise Lorelei Villager, Beaver Lodge, Alberta. Not only was this a growing experience for Cherise, her family learned to become much more self-reliant and supportive of each other. She thanks her husband and 4 children for the many sacrifices they made to support her. Cherise Lorelei Villager. Bridget Lisa Wiernoski, Fort Langley, British Columbia. Bridget chose AU because of its reputation and flexibility. She moved provinces and was able to continue with her studies without impact. She has read textbooks on the beaches in the Caribbean and Hawaii and has submitted assignments from Italy. Bridget Lisa Wiernoski. Thomas Russell Willem, Vermilion, Alberta. Thomas thanks his parents for supporting him through his educational pursuits, letting him focus on completing his degree. His favorite course was Advanced Financial Accounting, and he looks forward to a career as an accountant. Thomas Russell Willem. Corey Edmund Winter, Lloydminster, Saskatchewan. Corey chose AU because of the partnership between AU and Lakeland College. He appreciated being able to complete a degree without having to move, and he now feels a great sense of accomplishment having passed this significant milestone. Corey Edmund Winter. Madam Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of Bachelor of Commerce graduates. Madam Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present these graduates for admission to the degree Bachelor of Management, and Dr. Mark Merpergo will join you to receive the graduates. Natalie Allport, Ottawa, Ontario. Natalie chose AU so she could complete her degree while pursuing snowboarding on the national team. International travel made schoolwork a challenge, but supportive teammates, coaches, and family made all the difference. Natalie Allport. Musab Al-Nader, Canada, Ontario. Musab found AU to be a great place to pursue his degree. He enjoyed the experience and the professors, who were all very helpful. He thanks his parents, his wife, and his 2 boys for their support while he completed his degree. Musab Al-Nader. Jennifer Ann Caudry, Ingersoll, Ontario. Each of Jennifer's AU courses were relatable to her job at General Motors. She was able to apply skills and things she learned both to her work and her home life. She thanks her mother and father for all their support. Jennifer Ann Caudry. Susanna Dagseven, Cold Lake, Alberta. Susanna will remember writing her last business assignment on the topic of her family construction company and getting the highest mark for it in all of her studies. She thanks her husband and children for all of their support. Susanna Dagseven. Costanzo D'Angelo, Whitby, Ontario. After a life event changed his perspective in 2016, pursuing his studies was not high on Costanzo's list, but then he realized that he was doing it for himself and he would never be happy until he finished his degree. So here he is, Costanzo D'Angelo. Yadirani Omaka Ferrar, Bonnyville, Alberta. Completing this degree in a second language was very challenging for Yadirani, but it is an accomplishment that gives her a great sense of personal achievement. She thanks AU for inspiring her to be unstoppable in her dreams. Yadirani Omaka Ferrar. Bonnie Margaret Gardner, Slave Lake, Alberta. Bonnie worked full-time, raised her family while completing this degree, so the flexibility that her AU studies allowed were much appreciated and very beneficial. She thanks her family for all their support. Bonnie Margaret Gardner. Joanne Hannes, Granham, Alberta. When Joanne began this journey, she valued and appreciated the great support of her family and colleagues. Later, her support team expanded to include AU faculty and fellow students. She thanks all who have inspired and encouraged her. Joanne Hannes. Ursula Leocadia Cousteau, Calgary, Alberta. Ursula chose AU for the flexibility. She appreciated the responsiveness of her instructors, and she thanks her parents, her daughter, and her partner for their support. She's also looking forward to the independence that this achievement will allow her. Ursula Leocadia Cousteau. Tracy Linda Spencer McAlvery, Red Deer, Alberta. Tracy expected her statistics class to be the toughest, but it was one where she achieved the highest mark. It showed her that with hard work and perseverance, you can achieve anything. She thanks her family for all of their support. Tracy Linda Spencer McAlvery. Shauna Lynn Wasselishin, St. Albert, Alberta. In the spring of 2017, Shauna realized that in order to attend AU Convocation today, she had to complete 10 courses over a 1-year period. With the support of her husband and family, she worked harder than ever, and here she is. She met the goal. Shauna Lynn Wasselishin. Madam Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the Bachelor of Management graduates.
Madam Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present these graduates for admission to the degree of Master of Arts, Integrated Studies, and Dr. Wendell Kisner and Dr. Pamela Haranek will receive the graduates. Becky Azano, Owen Sound, Ontario. A highlight of today for Becky is the presence of her brothers, Larry and David, who traveled great distances to be here. This degree would not have been possible without the support of her spouse, Maurice, whom she says is her 4 strong winds. Becky Azano. Pamela Dawn Downey, Calgary, Alberta. Pamela acknowledges her late husband, Noel Downey, who lost his life to cancer while she was working on this degree. He was her greatest champion. This degree allows for greater options for the final phase of her career. Pamela Dawn Downey. Christopher John Fukushima, Sherwood Park, Alberta. Christopher will remember the sharing and building of ideas throughout his coursework. He thanks his wonderful wife and his employer, Nate, for its support. He is now looking forward to spending more time with family. Christopher John Fukushima. Linnea Harrison, Calgary, Alberta. Linnea was surprised at how connected she felt through the distance learning medium. The accessibility of the teaching staff was a much appreciated benefit. She thanks her husband for all his support and encouragement. Linnea Harrison. Muriel Margaret Holmes McDonald, Walkerton, Ontario. Muriel dedicates this degree to her daughter Molly-Ann, whose life was cut short in a road fatality. She is grateful to her husband Gary's unfailing love and support, and she thanks the professors and staff at AU for their help and encouragement. Muriel Margaret Holmes McDonald. Charity Claire Jardin, Calling Lake, Alberta. Charity is grateful for the support of her children and her mom. She chose AU after being drawn to the course selection of the Master of Arts Integrated Studies program. Her favorite moments were spent writing on her course blogs and forums. Charity lives here in Athabasca. Charity Claire Jardin. Natividad Climo, Edmonton, Alberta. Natividad appreciated how the flexibility of the program allowed her to explore topics in areas of study and disciplines that aligned with her interests. She thanks her husband John for all his love, support, and encouragement. Natividad Climo. Sheila Dawn Kowalczyk, Lethbridge, Alberta. Sheila's dad previously completed a Master of Arts Integrated Studies degree from AU, and she feels honored to have followed in his footsteps. She thanks her partner, family, friends, and colleagues for their support and encouragement. Sheila Dawn Kowalczyk. Kaylee Ruth Kreller, Parkland County, Alberta. Kaylee chose AU because it worked well with her career, motherhood, and her lifestyle. She was petrified to begin a master's program, but with the support she received through AU, her dream has become a reality. Kaylee Ruth Kreller. Charlene Orlesia Level, Brampton, Ontario. Charlene thanks her husband Samuel for encouraging her and cheering her on. She thanks the AU staff who were very patient. She gives special recognition to Dr. Angela Specht for going above and beyond to accommodate her. Charlene Orlesia Level. Daryl David Moran, Manville, Alberta. Daryl wanted an online route to a master's that was in his area of interest, and he found it at Athabasca University. He couldn't be happier. He thanks all who supported him, especially his wife Candace, who made many sacrifices. Daryl David Moran. Denise Carolyn Polyak, New Westminster, British Columbia. Denise thanks Dr. Angela Specht for her constructive feedback and Dr. Reineke Langele for encouraging her to grow as a writer and a poet. She acknowledges the love and support of her husband, her daughter, and her friend Annalise. Denise Carolyn Poliak. Debbie Lynn Ritzko, Winnipeg, Manitoba. Highlights of Debbie Lynn's AU experience include her Arctic Women's Narratives course, the dialogue she shared with fellow colleagues, and the efficiency of the AU library. She thanks everybody who supported her in so many ways. Debbie Lynn Ritzko. Catherine Louise Stashen, Kelowna, British Columbia. Catherine's most significant takeaway from this experience was how it broadened her perspectives on social culture, bias, history, and different ways of knowing. She thanks her husband for everything he did to encourage her. Catherine Louise Stashen. Christy Ray Sterling, Edmonton, Alberta. Christy will remember the opportunities that AU provided for active and engaged learning, as well as the opportunity to participate in the Journal of Integrated Studies Student Journal. She thanks the AU staff and her many wonderful instructors. Christy Ray Sterling. Simon Yee, Vancouver, British Columbia. AU gave Simon a place to foster his interest in philosophy and the humanities and an avenue to explore his digital creativity. He thanks his father and his fiancée for their support, and he dedicates this degree to his late mother's memory. Simon Yee. Madam Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the Master of Arts Integrated Studies graduates. Madam Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present these graduates for admission to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, and Jill Hunter will receive the graduates. Grace Elizabeth Arenfull, Calgary, Alberta. As a mother of 5 children, this program has been a long journey for Grace, squeezing schooling into her busy life. She is pleased that she persisted and has shown her children that you can push on to achieve your dreams. Grace Elizabeth Arenfull. Robin Laura Cartwright, DeVolt, Alberta. Robin thanks her parents and her husband for their support. This degree opens up opportunities for her family and has taught her a lot about being diligent in getting tasks done. She now looks forward to helping children with disabilities. Robin Laura Cartwright. Victoria Keegan Grayson, Leduc, Alberta. Victoria will remember how her professors were always helpful and accommodating. She thanks her mom for her support throughout Victoria's studies. The best thing about it is now being able to apply the knowledge gained to the real world. Victoria Keegan Grayson. Megan Kate Jeffrey, Alhambra, Alberta. Megan wanted to give up on her geology course, but she persevered. It taught her that she had the ability to learn anything and enjoy it too. She thanks her husband Chris for believing in her and going above and beyond to support her. Megan Kate Jeffrey. Lynn Keating, Wolseley, Saskatchewan. Lynn didn't complete this degree to get a job. Her goal was to prove something to herself. She was able to study hard, learn something new, and develop informed opinions on many subjects. She thanks all who contributed to her success. Lynn Keating. Laura Marie Nelson, Calgary, Alberta. Laura's favorite course was children's literature, as it allowed her to dive deeper into her children's favorites. She thanks her husband Jason for allowing her to use their kitchen table as a desk for the past few years. Laura Marie Nelson. David Utevsky, Calgary, Alberta. David thanks his parents and all of his supporters, in particular Remo DeMarco for always encouraging him, Diana Bray for giving him the idea to transfer to AU, and Rika Bautista for helping him in the final stages of his work. David Utevsky. Heather Jeanette Rosenthal, Spruce Grove, Alberta. Finishing this degree seemed out of reach for Heather, and she still can't believe it's done. Only because of AU's flexibility was it possible, and without the love and support of her family, she would not be walking across this platform today. Heather Jeanette Rosenthal. Megan Dawn Russell, Edmonton, Alberta. Megan thanks her parents for their endless encouragement and her husband for his love and patience. She appreciated her professors who understood the challenges that distance learning posed and who offered beneficial advice. Megan Dawn Russell. Desreen Adelaide Tomlin Smith, Wetaskiwin, Alberta. Desreen's AU experience taught her to develop better time management skills and to take responsibility for her own learning. She thanks her close friends and family for providing constant encouragement. Desreen Adelaide Tomlin Smith. Madam Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the Bachelor of Arts graduates. Madam Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present these graduates for admission to the degree of a Bachelor of General Studies, and Dr. Manajay Manani will receive the graduates. Jessica Aston, Nepean, Ontario. Jessica feels accomplished now. She found AU to be a truly remarkable university. Some courses she enjoyed and was able to finish in a month. Others were so interesting she didn't want to finish them right away. And the papers were fun to write. Jessica Aston. Wanda Irene Curley, Montague, Prince Edward Island. Wanda enjoyed all of her AU courses, and she had wonderful tutors and great support from both the university and the professors. She thanks her husband and family for their love and understanding throughout her time with AU. Wanda Irene Curley. Charisse Robin Cutknife, Saddle Lake, Alberta. Although most of Charisse's AU courses were offered online, her AU experience took place at Blue Quills First Nations College in St. Paul, Alberta. She thanks her instructors there, Anne Meg and Priscilla McGilvery, for the knowledge and expertise they shared. Charisse Robin Cutknife. Renee Nicole Fair, Grand Cache, Alberta. Renee appreciated the helpfulness of her professors and the AU staff. The professors were eager to help and ensure student success, which made learning enjoyable for her. She thanks her family and friends for their support and patience. Renee Nicole Fair. Jasmeet Singh Gill, Brampton, Ontario. After being diagnosed with epilepsy, Jasmeet's ability to focus and pursue this degree became quite difficult. It took longer than he planned, but he achieved his goal and is now considering returning one day to do a master's. Jasmeet Singh Gill. Diana Hardy, Exeter, Ontario. Diana couldn't attend university after finishing high school, but she never lost sight of her dream to do so. A number of years later, she found AU to be the perfect solution. She thanks all who have supported and encouraged her. Diana Hardy. Rob Kosambat, Edmonton, Alberta. Rob never thought he would ever get a degree, but now that he's done it, he is so happy to be here today. He thanks his family, especially his wife, who are always there for him. He thanks the AU staff for being so very helpful. Rob Kosambat. Melissa Martha Kraft, Edmonton, Alberta. Completing this degree has been a huge accomplishment for Melissa. It advances her career goals and sets a good example for her children, showing that when you go after something and set goals, anything is possible. Melissa Martha Kraft. Barbara Lynn Letanyeme, Glen Robertson, Ontario. Barbara's biggest cheerleaders have been her mother Rosemary and her son Andrew. She thanks her husband Leo for all his support and encouragement every step of the way, not to mention his excellent cooking. Barbara Lynn Letanyeme. Mary Claire Massacote, Osoyoos, British Columbia. Mary Claire's favorite courses were the adult education courses tutored by Bob Barnettson and Teresia Williams. She learned a lot from them and they were very supportive. She thanks her husband, Ron Adams, for his support. Mary Claire Massacote. Penny Amber McGilvery, St. Paul, Alberta. Looking back on the challenges and the sleepless nights, it gives Penny a great feeling to realize that, wow, I actually did it. She thanks her mom and her boyfriend for always being there to encourage her and keep her going. Penny Ann Amber McGilvery. Mabata Moyo, Burlington, Ontario. Mabata thanks his wife and children for their patience throughout this journey, and Stanley and his wife for their help with assignments. He thanks his parents who sacrificed so much for his education when he was growing up. Mabata Moyo. There's a few more. Tina Ann Shields, Calgary, Alberta. Tina was pleased with her performance despite having been away from school for a number of years. She attributes it to being diligent, focused, and committed. She thanks her daughter Georgia for being her biggest supporter. Tina Ann Shields. Trisha Lynn Stefaniak, Edmonton, Alberta. Since Trisha worked full-time and had children to raise, she would get up at 4:30 every morning to do her schoolwork. After many years of dedication, the best thing about it is now being able to say that she has completed a degree. Trisha Lynn Stefaniak. Madam Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the Bachelor of General Studies graduates. Madam Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present these graduates for admission to the degree of Bachelor of Health Administration, and Dr. Joy Fraser will receive the graduates. Bosway Sakni Forson, Calgary, Alberta. Basway appreciated the encouragement she received from Ernie Jacobson, who told her that the health field needed people like her. His confidence in her spurred her on. She thanks her husband and children for supporting her goal. Basway Sakni Forson. Madam Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the Bachelor of Health Administration graduates. Madam Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present these graduates for admission to the degree of Bachelor of Human Resources and Labor Relations, and Dr. Hugh Notman will receive the graduates. Eunice Ali, Edmonton, Alberta. Taking a full-time course load plus working full-time and juggling family, social life, and planning a wedding was difficult for Eunice. His fiancée was an integral part in helping him to cope with everything and still attain his degree. Eunice Ali. Bertilda Isabel Arguello, Edmonton, Alberta. Bertilda enjoyed the fact that her AU courses highlighted the human side of business and the real-life struggles that workers face. She feels a great sense of achievement and is very happy to have set an example for her daughters. Bertilda Isabel Arguello. Chelsea Rose Dirk, Dunmore, Alberta. Chelsea thanks her family for their endless support. They mean the world to her. She thanks all of her professors and advisors, especially Brenda Cusio, who went over and above to ensure Chelsea got the most out of her AU experience. Chelsea Rose Dirk. Rosalie Marlene Gillespie, Black Falls, Alberta. Two courses that stood out for Rosalie were recruitment and selection and employment law. Both have been invaluable in her job. She appreciates her husband and her daughter for bearing with her throughout her studies. Rosalie Marlene Gillespie. Donna Catherine Herzog, Leduc, Alberta. Donna's AU experience was great. She found the staff and professors to be extremely helpful. She thanks her family for supporting her and allowing the time to concentrate on her schoolwork. Without it, she wouldn't be here today. Donna Catherine Herzog. Melanie Carol Laverdiere, Edmonton, Alberta. Melanie Carroll will remember the professionalism of the AU staff and professors who are always there to provide assistance when needed. She thanks her parents, family members, and friends for their support. Melanie Carroll Laverdiere. Catherine Christie Lowry, Edmonton, Alberta. Catherine is proud to have completed this degree all by distance. She now has the education that so many positions in her fields require. She thanks her parents, her sister, and her best friend for being her biggest cheerleaders. Catherine Christie Lowry. Nomakwe Mangina, Fort McMurray, Alberta. Nomakwe thanks her family and friends for supporting her during her studies. She also thanks the AU faculty and staff, as well as her employer, Fort McKay First Nation, and its leadership, and her coworkers and team members. Nomakwe Mangina. Tina Marie Mattias Bouchard, Winnipeg, Manitoba. Tina enjoyed the flexibility of creating her own schedule and taking courses when she chose to. Many people supported her on this journey. First and foremost were her daughter and her husband, to whom she offers many thanks. Tina Marie Mattias Bouchard. Kelly Lynn Moody, Medicine Hat, Alberta. Kelly was greatly encouraged by the support systems she had both at home and at work. She gives special recognition to her fiancé and her mom for encouraging and supporting her and for understanding her study needs. Kelly Lynn Moody. Michelle Jane Peterson, Winnipeg, Manitoba. Michelle enjoyed the diversity of courses she was able to take beyond just courses about human resources and labor relations. She thanks her husband and children for their patience while she completed her studies. Michelle Jane Peterson. Renee Nicole Rousseau, Denham, Saskatchewan. Renee very much enjoyed the employment law course with Professor Gary Ramsey. She found it extremely interesting and enjoyed the assignments. She thanks all who supported her, including her nana and her family and friends. Renee Nicole Rousseau. Bailey Brianne Soden, Fort McMurray, Alberta. Bailey thanks her family for their incredible support and encouragement throughout this journey. She thanks the AU staff and professors for providing a well-organized and well-rounded online learning experience. Bailey Brianne Soden. Ashley Natasha Dawn Taylor, Edmonton, Alberta. The flexibility of the AU program allowed Ashley to balance a healthy work, social, and school life while completing her degree. She thanks her employer, Stahl Peterbilt, for financially helping her to pursue a career she is passionate about. Ashley Natasha Dawn Taylor. Andrea Lynn Topakaitis, Calgary, Alberta. Andrea chose AU because the program allowed her to keep working while she pursued her studies. She thanks her family and her husband for their support. She's now looking forward to having more free time. Andrea Lynn Topakaitis. Gabriel Olivier Wilhelm, Edmonton, Alberta. Gabriel thanks family members and his girlfriend Ingrid Tadlis for supporting his decision to go back to school to finish his degree. He gives special thanks to Dr. Edna Dakota Assam for helping with his sociology courses. Gabriel Olivier Wilhelm. Madam Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the Bachelor of Human Resources and Labor Relations graduates. Madam Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present these graduates for the admission to the degree of the Bachelor of Professional Arts, and Dr. Joy Fraser will receive the graduates. Samantha Renee Algren, Lethbridge, Alberta. Samantha was fortunate to attend night classes for most of her degree, where she met instructors who inspired her, and she learned from their experiences in the field. She thanks her family, especially her husband, her mom, and her grandma. Samantha Renee Algren. Samantha Cole, St. Albert, Alberta. Samantha thanks her friend Amy Hines, who completed this degree with her, for her great support. She also thanks Advancing Futures for the financial help. This degree opens many doors for her future studies. Samantha Cole. Jessica Dinnan, Red Deer, Alberta. AU allowed Jessica to tailor her elective course load to her interests and passions, meaning she could learn more about topics that excited her. She appreciated tutors like Carmen Arth, who responded quickly and informatively to questions. Jessica Dinnan. Celine Nora Engblom, Colehurst, Alberta. Celine chose AU because her mom completed a Bachelor of Nursing here. They share a strong belief in the importance of education. Celine thanks her parents and her boyfriend Zach for supporting and encouraging her. Celine Nora Engblom. Carmela Maria Flamia, Scarborough, Ontario. Not only did Carmela learn a lot from her courses, it also sparked her passion for being of service to others. She thanks her family and friends for their incredible support throughout this challenging but rewarding journey. Carmela Maria Flamia. Carla Harris, Mississauga, Ontario. For Carla, the best thing about completing this degree was proving to herself that she could see it through and to experience this sense of accomplishment. She thanks AU's Fran Holler for her guidance, support, and encouragement. Carla Harris. Amy Marie Hines, Edmonton, Alberta. Amy gives thanks and acknowledgement to Dr. Britt Thurdarm Cole and her parents who have supported her throughout her academic career. Now that she has completed her degree, she is looking forward to teaching English abroad. Amy Marie Hines. Lori Ellen Houston, Thunder Bay, Ontario. Lori thanks her mom for all of her support and for being her best cheerleader. She thanks her sons, Regis and Jet, for showing so much patience and understanding. She thanks the AU tutors and staff for making this a valuable experience. Lori Ellen Houston. Zainab Mahmoud Libreros, Calgary, Alberta. Zainab's AU experience was remarkable. Because of this positive experience and the support she received from wonderful professors, she has already registered to begin her master's degree and is looking forward to continuing on this journey. Zainab Mahmoud Libreros. Ryan Michael McCormick, Burnaby, British Columbia. Ryan loved the online setup of AU and the freedom to choose the size and pace of his course load. He thanks his wife and other family and friends for their support. It turns out that his brother and sister are both AU grads too. Ryan Michael McCormick. Ines Rachel Muzanovich, Rosetown, Saskatchewan. Ines acknowledges her awesome professors. She thanks her amazing parents for their great support and her boyfriend for his patient understanding. She met new friends, benefited from interesting classes, and appreciated her favorite professor, John Middleton Hope. Ines Rachel Muzanovich. Monica Sarah Narty, Calgary, Alberta. At one point, while Monica was working on this degree, her husband Andrew was completing his MBA at another university. It was challenging to also be raising a family, but through mutual support, they did it, and she thanks him. Monica Sarah Narty. Tiana Margaret Thompson, Lethbridge, Alberta. One most memorable experience for Tiana was having John Middleton Hope as an instructor. Having been a past chief of police, John brought invaluable information and insight to each class and was very supportive and approachable. Tiana Margaret Thompson. Sabina Walji, Sherwood Park, Alberta. Sabina had lots on her plate with 3 children, full-time work, and her AU studies, but she made it. She thanks her children for all of their support. Now that this goal is complete, she can move on with her career and her future. Sabina Walji. Madam Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the Bachelor of Professional Arts graduates.
The Governor General's medals, established in 1873, are one of the most prestigious awards that can be received by a student in a Canadian educational institution for exceptional academic achievement. Only students with a grade point average of 3.5 or higher and who have completed the required number of Athabasca University credits as determined by their registered program are considered. On behalf of Her Excellency, the Right Honorable Julie Payette, Governor General of Canada, I am pleased to present the Silver Academic Medal in absentia to this year's recipient, Audrey Gio, a graduate of the Bachelor of Arts program from Pointe Claire, Quebec. It is customary at each ceremony for a student to deliver a speech to his or her colleagues. This year's address to the graduates will be given by Shauna Wasilishan, who has today received her Bachelor of Management degree with distinction. Shauna hails from St. Albert, Alberta. Please join me in welcoming Shauna to the podium.
Good afternoon. I have a bit of laryngitis, so I hope I can get through this whole speech. Chairman Osk, President Facina, dearest members of the Board of Governors, distinguished guests, members of the Platform Party, my fellow graduates, ladies, gentlemen, families, and supporters. A few of you know me. Some of you may have heard my name, and to most, I am one of hundreds of strange faces that you're seeing or meeting today for the first time. My fellow graduates of Athabasca University, although we may have never met in person, I feel a deep connection to each of you. From 2015 to 2018, as I toiled alongside you in some of your favorite courses like Math 215, Finance 300, or Philosophy 252. I also held the full-time position of president of your Athabasca University Students' Union. It was through my role at AUSU that I heard from hundreds and spoke to many of you and students like you, and I made it my personal mission to bring your voice to absolutely every meeting, committee, and decision that I could. In fact, I said a lot with your voice. Just ask any member of the General Faculties Council or the Faculty of Business Faculty Council. Fortunately, today, I have the opportunity to speak with my own voice, and for that, I'm entirely honored. At around age 20, after attending nearly 2 years of university at a traditional bricks and mortar institution, I announced to my parents that I was taking a year off from school. I had realized that I really didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I decided that the best way to find out was to stop taking classes. My parents were surprised and definitely tried to talk me out of it. I'm sure they were disappointed, but they supported my decision. Perhaps because she didn't know what else to do, my mom bought me a keychain. It has a picture of a maze on it and a caption that reads, "There is no one way." Thanks, Mom. I still have the keychain, and it was part of what inspired this address. So humor me. Would everyone here today who has experienced their life unfolding exactly as they had planned, please raise their hand? Just as I expected. Perhaps Forrest Gump's mom was right after all, and we really never know what we're going to get, do we? When I was asked to deliver this address today, I began researching quotes in hopes of finding some literary gem or philosophical nugget that would offer the meaning of life or the purpose of human existence. So, of course, I found many quotes, popular for occasions such as this, and I found that I needed something different. Perhaps something a little less mainstream. The story and the quote that I found related so well to what brought me to Athabasca University and to the stories of so many of the AU students that I knew or I had spoken to in the past. Writer John Steinbeck was traveling through Russia in 1947 and feeling quite confident in his ability to communicate in the local language. He proceeded to place an order at a restaurant and later wrote this. So in our pride, we ordered for breakfast an omelet, toast, and coffee. And what has just arrived is a tomato salad with onions, a dish of pickles, a big slice of watermelon, and 2 bottles of cream soda. Isn't it true that in our lives we may have had one plan in mind and one path as part of that plan? Many of us thought a university degree was unattainable, out of reach for us, while some others thought it was so within reach that we were shocked when we sought alternatives to a traditional bricks-and-mortar university. I certainly didn't think I would be a decade into marriage with 4 children by the time I became a university graduate. It's unlikely that as teens we would have predicted our presence here today as graduates of Canada's only open and online university in a small town in northern Alberta that we may have never heard of. But it's great, isn't it? So going back to Steinbeck and his breakfast for a moment, perhaps he could have taken wisdom from Carl Sandburg, who said, "Nearly all of the best things that came to me in life have been unexpected, unplanned by me." After all, who decided that a traditional breakfast was the best breakfast? Who decided that a traditional university was the best university? I love pickles, and there aren't many more refreshing drinks than cream soda. I also loved the opportunity to work on my studies in the comfort of my home, read my e-texts while nursing a baby, and complete online quizzes while I traveled across Canada on business. Clearly, each one of us found that Athabasca University provided a new, different path that worked for us. Going down the path of online and distance education has brought us here today, eager to embark upon the next stage of our lives, armed with the knowledge, wisdom, and experiences passed on to us through our course coordinators, tutors, academic experts, and the odd post in the AU Facebook group. So while attending or graduating from Athabasca University might not have been part of our original plan, we worked hard for this. We worked hard, right? We spent hundreds of solitary hours reading, studying, writing, and calculating. We learned how to navigate Moodle, how to use our laptop camera to show the ProctorU agent what it looks like under our desk, and we learned how to keep from going blurry-eyed after staring at a computer screen for 15 hours straight. Many of us didn't do this alone, and the support of our family, loved ones, friends, and colleagues was essential to our success. My husband Jason would tell you that having a wife who was locked up in her office for 3 years while he did the dishes every night and put the kids to bed was definitely not part of his life plan. But he did it for me, and I know that he isn't the only loved one of a graduate in the audience today who did way more than their share of the housework or parenting so that we could realize our goals. We have achieved what many have not. And we did it in a way that only a fellow online or distance graduate can truly understand. I challenge each of you, as you carry on throughout your life, to consider yourself an ambassador, advocate, and supporter of online and distance education. Collectively, we have a vested interest in creating awareness of the value and quality of distance learning. And so, despite our infinite differences and the variety of paths taken to bring us where we stand today, we all share this tremendous accomplishment. After all of our hard work, sacrifice, triumph, and success, here we are, the 2018 graduates of Athabasca University. Congratulations.
Thank you so much to Shauna. Shauna was the student representative on our board for the last year that I've been on the board, and she's been a delight to work with, so thank you, Shauna. Convocation ceremonies are the result of a great deal of work by many people. And on behalf of the Board of Governors, I'd like to acknowledge this hard work by offering our thanks to the Convocation Coordinator, Teresa Pollock, the Events Office, University Relations, facility staff, all of the faculties, the Office of the University Secretariat, and the many AU staff volunteers. Thank you also to our sponsors, the Athabasca University Graduate Students Association, the Athabasca University Students Union, and the Athabasca University Faculty Association, Bilo Foods, and the Super 8 Hotel. Thank you to all of you for helping make this a really successful convocation. Thank you also to Asani for their wonderful performances, and especially the song that they wrote for our convocation ceremonies, which has been a long-standing tradition here at Athabasca University, and we're honored to have you back every year. And finally, I'd like to offer a very special thank you to Maria Campbell, our elder, who said opening prayers for us in each of our convocation ceremonies and enabled us to carry on in the spirit of the university. Members of the audience are requested to rise and remain at their seats until the platform party, members of the board, members of faculty, and the graduates have completed their exit.